So Prince Mateen opens his eyes in the Istana Nurul Iman Palace. This place is massive, 1,788 rooms massive. It's the biggest residential palace in the world, 'cause why not? His morning routine ain't like yours or mine. His breakfast probably costs more than your rent. We're talking gold-plated everything and caviar for days. But the real flex? His car collection. Dude's gotta decide which million-dollar ride he's taking today. Bugatti, Ferrari, Lambo. It's a tough life, but someone's gotta live it. And Prince Mateen, he's living it large. But this is just the start of his day. Wait till you see how he really travels. Hitting the road. Alright, let's talk about Prince Mateen's car collection. This ain't your average garage. It's more like a small country's GDP on wheels. We're talking cars worth more than some folks will see in 10 lifetimes. First up, the crown jewel, his Bugatti Veyron. This beast isn't just a car, it's a whole mood. It can hit speeds over 400 kilometers per h. That's faster than some small planes. And the price tag? Millions. You could buy a mansion and still have change left over for a yacht. But for Prince Mateen, it's just Tuesday, but the Bugatti's just the start. Prince Mateen's got a Ferrari F12 Berlinetta too. This Italian stallion goes from 0 to 100 kilometers per h in 3.1 seconds. That's quicker than you can say I'm broke. Its 12-cylinder engine ain't just powerful, it's a work of art. Ferrari doesn't just make cars, they make dreams on wheels. Then there's the Lamborghini Aventador. This thing looks like it's from the future. It's got doors that open up instead of out. Why? 'Cause when you're royalty, even your car doors gotta make an entrance. The Aventador's not just about looks though. It's got the power to back it up. It's like a rocket on wheels. But Prince Mateen ain't just about speed. He's got class too. That's where his Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow comes in. This is old-school luxury. It's the kind of car that makes you want to wear a monocle and drink tea with your pinky out. It's all about smooth rides and turning heads. Now, you might think Prince Mateen's all about the fancy stuff, but he's got a practical side too. That's why he's got a Land Rover Defender 90. It's worth about $56,500, which is like pocket change compared to his other rides. But this thing can go anywhere. City streets? No problem. Off-road adventure? Bring it on. It's tough, it's comfy, and it's got tech that'd make your phone jealous. But here's the real kicker. Prince Mateen's collection. It's just a drop in the ocean compared to the whole Brunei royal family's garage. They've got about 7,000 cars worth around $5 billion. That's billion with a B. We're talking 450 Ferraris and 550 Mercedes-Benzes. It's not a car collection, it's a car country. And it ain't just four wheels that get Prince Mateen's motor running. He's into bikes too. He's got a Ducati Panigale that's sleeker than a greased-up cheetah. And for when he's feeling a bit retro, there's his Triumph Thruxton. It's a classic British bike with more history than some countries. From road to sky. So Prince Mateen's cruising in his Bugatti, but that ain't even his fanciest ride. Nah, for that we gotta head to the sky. This guy's got his own private airfield. Yeah, you heard that right. Not just a private jet, but a whole airfield to park it on. Now let's talk about his Boeing 747. This ain't your average plane, it's the world's largest private jet worth a cool $120 million. That's more than some small countries' GDPs. And get this, it's got gold fixtures inside. Not gold-plated, we're talking solid gold. This thing makes first class look like economy. But Prince Mateen ain't content with just one plane, he's got a whole fleet. There's his Boeing 767-200, which is like a flying mansion. It's got bedrooms, bathrooms and lounges that'd make a five-star hotel jealous. Then there's the Airbus A340-2000. This bad boy can fly non-stop for over 16 hours. That means Prince Mateen can go from Brunei to pretty much anywhere in the world without stopping. Now, you might think Prince Mateen just kicks back and lets someone else do the flying, but nah, that ain't his style. Turns out, he's a licensed pilot. That's right, this prince can fly his own planes. Talk about a flex. He's not just rich, he's skilled too. Prince Mateen's been flying the Eurocopter S-350. It's known for being super quiet, perfect for when you want to sneak around like a royal ninja. But word on the street is he's gearing up to train on something even cooler. The Sikorsky UH-60 Black Hawk. Yeah, that's a military-grade chopper. Just casual prince things, you know. Let's take a peek inside that Boeing 747. This ain't your regular first-class setup. It's got ornate suites that make the fanciest hotel rooms look basic. There's staterooms for important meetings, lounges for chillin', and dining rooms for when he wants to eat at 30,000 feet. But the real kicker? The master bedroom in the nose of the plane. It's bigger than most people's apartments. Prince Mateen uses these planes for more than just vacays. He conducts royal business mid-flight. While we're down here dealing with traffic, he's up there making deals and representing Brunei. The plane's got all the tech he needs to stay connected, plus the luxury to keep him comfy. But here's the thing about Prince Mateen. He ain't just about the bling and the luxury. Sure, he's got all these fancy planes, but he uses them for good too. He flies around the world representing Brunei at international events. It's not all play, there's some serious diplomacy going on up there. And get this, Prince Mateen's aviation skills ain't just for show. They reflect his dedication to serving his country. He's not content with just being a passenger in life. Nah, he wants to be in the pilot's seat, literally and figuratively. It's like he's saying, I'm not just going to inherit responsibility, I'm going to earn it. So next time you're stuck in traffic, just remember, Prince Mateen's probably flying high above you in a gold-plated jet he's piloting himself. That's how royalty travels these days. But don't get it twisted. It ain't all fun and games. With great planes comes great responsibility, and Prince Mateen's taking that seriously. Up in the air. Alright, so Prince Mateen's cruising in his Bugatti, but that ain't even his fanciest ride. For that we gotta look up, way up. We're talking about his Boeing 747, the world's largest private jet. This thing's worth $120 million. That's not a typo. It's got more zeros than most people's bank accounts. Now let's step inside this flying palace. Forget first class, this is royalty class. The interior's decked out with gold fixtures. Not gold-plated, we're talking solid gold. It's like King Midas went on a decorating spree. The suites in this plane make five-star hotels look like budget motels. Prince Mateen's got a master bedroom in the nose of the plane that's bigger than most people's apartments. There's a king-size bed, a walk-in closet, and a bathroom with a shower. Yeah, a shower at 30,000 feet. 'Cause why not? The living room's got leather sofas, a big screen TV, and a bar stocked with top-shelf liquor. It's like a luxury penthouse, but with wings. There's even a dining room where Prince Mateen can host fancy dinners mid-flight. Imagine eating caviar while flying over the Pacific. That's just a regular Tuesday for this guy. But Prince Mateen ain't just lounging around up there. He's working too. The plane's got a fully equipped office with everything he needs to run royal business. There's high-speed internet, video conferencing, and all the latest tech. While we're down here dealing with traffic, he's up there making deals and representing Brunei. The plane's so big it's got separate areas for his staff and security team. They've got their own cabins, workspaces, and relaxation areas. It's like a flying hotel and office building rolled into one. Now you might think all this luxury would make Prince Mateen soft. But nah, he's all about that work-life balance. Even at 30,000 feet, he's got a mini gym on board. Treadmill, weights, the works. 'Cause even Prince has got to stay fit. But here's the real kicker. Prince Mateen can fly this beast himself. Yeah, he's a licensed pilot, so he could be up in the cockpit, hands on the controls of this $120 million jet. Talk about taking work to new heights. Prince Mateen uses this flying mansion for more than just fancy trips. He's out there repping Brunei at international events. While we're watching Netflix, he's negotiating treaties and promoting his country's interests. It's not all champagne and caviar up there. Well, maybe a little. Now, you might be wondering where Prince Mateen's jetting off to. Is it a royal summit in Europe, a charity event in Africa, or maybe he's just popping over to New York for lunch? With a plane like this, the world's his oyster. Could be business, could be pleasure, or knowing Prince Mateen, probably a bit of both. He's got a knack for mixing work and play. One day he's at a formal state dinner, the next he's posting Instagram pics from a tropical beach. Life's good when you're a prince with a private jet. Touchdown in style. Enter the Eurocopter as 350, Prince Mateen's go-to chopper for those short hops. This ain't your average helicopter. It's sleek, it's fast, and it's quieter than a whisper. Perfect for when you're royalty and want to keep things on the down low. The AS-350's got some serious specs. We're talking a 3-blade main rotor with a Starflex rotor head. Sounds fancy, right? That's 'cause it is. This bad boy's designed for high-altitude performance. So whether Prince Mateen's cruising over city skyscrapers or mountain peaks, this chopper's got him covered. And get this, the AS-350's built with composite materials. That means less maintenance hassle. 'Cause when you're a prince, you don't have time for your ride to be in the shop. You've got places to be, people to see, and a country to help run. But the real kicker? This helicopter's known for being quiet. We're talking ninja-level stealth. It's perfect for Prince Mateen when he wants to make an entrance without making a scene, or maybe when he's sneaking off for a secret royal rendezvous, who knows? Now, you might think Prince Mateen's content with just one chopper, but nah, that ain't his style. Word on the street is he's gearing up to train on something even more hardcore, the Sikorsky UH-60 Black Hawk. Yeah, you heard that right, a military-grade helicopter. The Black Hawk ain't no joke. This thing can cruise at speeds of 174 miles per hour. That's faster than some sports cars. It can climb at a rate of 1,350 feet per minute. To put that in perspective, that's like going up the Empire State Building in about a minute and a half. And it's got a service ceiling of 19,000 feet. That's higher than some small planes can fly. But why is Prince Mateen interested in a military chopper? Maybe he's prepping for some intense search and rescue missions, or maybe he just likes the idea of having the baddest bird in the sky. Either way, it's a serious machine for a serious prince. Back to the AS-350 though. This helicopter ain't just about getting from A to B, it's a mobile office, a sightseeing platform, and a royal chariot all rolled into one. Prince Mateen can conduct business calls, check out potential development sites, or just take in the views of his beautiful country. The AS-350's design lets Prince Mateen do all sorts of things while in flight. Need to host a quick meeting? No problem. Want to scout locations for a new royal project? Easy peasy. Or maybe he just wants to chill and enjoy the ride. This chopper's got him covered. But don't think Prince Mateen's just joyriding. Nah, he's using these choppers for good too. He's been known to use them for charity work, flying to remote areas to check on development projects or deliver aid. It's like he's got his own personal air ambulance service. So picture this. Prince Mateen steps out of his Boeing 747, looking fresh as always. He's rocking a tailored suit that probably costs more than most cars. He gives a quick wave to the crowd, then heads straight for the AS-350. The rotors start spinning, kicking up a breeze that barely ruffles his perfectly styled hair. As the chopper lifts off, you can barely hear it. It's like it's floating on air. Prince Mateen's at the controls because remember, this dude can fly. He's got that focused look in his eyes, the one that says he's not just a prince, but a man on a mission. The AS-350 zips across the sky, weaving between skyscrapers or soaring over lush jungle, depending on where in Brunei he's headed. From up there, Prince Mateen's got a bird's eye view of his kingdom. It's a perspective that reminds him of the responsibility on his shoulders, but also the incredible privilege of his position. Seaside luxury. This ain't your average beach day. Nah, when Prince Mateen wants to hit the water, he does it in style that'd make James Bond jealous. Prince Mateen's helicopter touches down on a massive yacht. This thing's so big it's got its own helipad. It's like a floating palace, complete with all the luxuries you can imagine and probably some you can't. Now, let's talk about his Aviation speedboat. This bad boy's worth about $290,000. That's more than some people's houses. It's a classic beauty that used to rule the Mediterranean back in the 50s and 60s. You know, when movie stars and royalty were living it up on the French Riviera. The Aviation ain't just any old boat, it's a piece of history. These things are so rare and sought after that restored versions can set you back around $290,000. That's pocket change for Prince Mateen, but for the rest of us, that's serious cash. Riva ain't just another boat company. They're the oldest and most iconic shipyard in the world. They've been blending tradition and innovation for years, making boats that are basically works of art you can ride on water. But the Aviation's just the appetizer. The main course is Prince Mateen's yacht. This thing's got more amenities than most five-star resorts. We're talking multiple decks, each one decked out, pun intended, with luxury features. Let's start with the sun deck. It's got a jacuzzi big enough for a small party, surrounded by plush lounge chairs, perfect for soaking up the sun and sipping on whatever fancy drink Prince Mateen's in the mood for. There's a bar up here too, cause why walk all the way inside when you can have your cocktails made right next to your hot tub? Head down a level and you'll find the outdoor dining area. This ain't your backyard BBQ setup. We're talking a table that could seat a small army, all under a canopy to keep the sun off. The chairs probably cost more than your car. Inside, it's like a floating mansion. The main salon's got floor-to-ceiling windows so you can enjoy the view while lounging on sofas that probably cost more than most people's yearly salary. There's a full bar, 'cause one bar on a yacht just ain't enough, and an entertainment system that'd make a movie theater jealous. The master suite, it's bigger than most apartments, king-size bed, walk-in closet, and a bathroom with a tub that's basically a mini pool. And the view? Nothing but ocean as far as the eye can see. But Prince Mateen ain't just about kicking back. His yacht's got a fully equipped gym, 'cause even when you're living the high life, you gotta stay fit. There's also a spa, complete with massage room and sauna. After a tough day of being royal, Prince Mateen can get all his knots worked out. For entertainment, there's a cinema room with seats so comfy you might fall asleep before the movie ends. And if Prince Mateen's in the mood for some tunes, there's a sound system that could probably be heard in the next country. Now you might be thinking, all this luxury must use a ton of fuel. And you'd be right, but Prince Mateen's yacht ain't just a gas guzzler. It's got some of the latest green tech. We're talking solar panels, water recycling systems, and engines designed to be as eco-friendly as possible, 'cause even Prince's gotta think about the environment. But the real magic happens on the water. Prince Mateen's yacht is like a floating Toys R Us for grown-ups. Besides the Riva Trone, there's jet skis, paddleboards, and even a mini submarine for underwater exploration. Yeah, you heard that right, a submarine. 'Cause why look at fish from above water when you can go down and say hi? And let's not forget the crew. Prince Mateen's yacht's got a staff that'd make a hotel look understaffed. We're talking chefs, stewards, deckhands, and even a personal trainer. They're all there to make sure Prince Mateen and his guests have the time of their lives. Royal duties. Let's switch gears and see what this prince does when he's not cruising in his Bugatti or chilling on his yacht. Prince Mateen ain't just a pretty face with a crown. He's out there repping Brunei on the world stage. We're talking big-time international events where he's rubbing shoulders with world leaders and making deals that affect millions of people. It's not all champagne and caviar. This prince is doing some heavy lifting in the diplomacy department. Take the United Nations General Assembly, for example. Prince Mateen was there, speaking up for Brunei and chatting with global bigwigs about stuff that matters. He's not just there for the photo ops. He's got real input on issues like economic development and keeping Brunei's culture alive in a world that's changing faster than you can say oil money. But Prince Mateen ain't just talking the talk. He's walking the walk too. He's been tagging along with his dad, Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah, on some serious diplomatic missions. They had a big meeting with King Abdullah II of Jordan, showing off how tight Brunei and Jordan are. This ain't just a vacation, it's nation-building Brunei style. Now, you might be thinking, sure, he's doing his princely duties, but what about the little guy? Well, hold on to your crown, 'cause Prince Mateen's got that covered too. He's all about giving back, and he's putting his money where his mouth is. Education. Prince Mateen's all over it. He's backing projects that help kids who don't have much get a shot at learning. He's not just throwing money at the problem. He really believes that education can change lives. It's like he's saying, hey, I got lucky being born a prince, but everyone deserves a chance to succeed. And it ain't just about books and classrooms. Prince Mateen's also got his royal fingers in the healthcare pie. He's behind projects that are making it easier for people to get medical help. We're not talking about building gold-plated hospitals here. This is about making sure regular folks can see a doctor when they need to. But wait, there's more. Prince Mateen's also looking out for people who are struggling to make ends meet. He's supporting programs that help low-income families. It's not just about giving handouts, it's about giving people a hand up. He's trying to make life a little easier for folks who didn't hit the royal lottery like he did. Now, you might be wondering how we know all this. Well, Prince Mateen ain't shy about sharing. He's got over 3.2 million followers on Instagram, and he's not just posting selfies and yacht pics. Nah, he's using that platform to show off his charity work and how he's trying to make Brunei a better place. It's like he's saying, yeah, I've got it good, but I'm trying to spread the love. Prince Mateen's got some serious education under his belt too. He studied international politics and diplomacy, which explains why he can hang with the big dogs at those global powwows. He's not just a prince, he's a prince with a brain, and he's using it to tackle some heavy issues. Fashion forward, it's a whole other level of luxury. We're talking suits that cost more than some people's houses. This prince ain't just royalty, he's a full-on fashion icon. Let's peek inside Prince Mateen's closet. It's like stepping into a designer store, but everything's custom made just for him. He's got suits from the best tailors in West London. These ain't your off-the-rack suits. Nah, they're bespoke, meaning they're made from scratch just for him. Every stitch, every button, it's all perfect. Prince Mateen's style is all about that classic look with a modern twist. He rocks suits in neutral colors, but the fit is always on point. We're talking tailoring so good it makes him look like he was born in a suit, which I guess he kinda was. But it ain't just about suits. Prince Mateen knows how to dress down too. When he's not doing official royal stuff, he's still looking fresh. He's got jeans that probably cost more than your whole wardrobe. And don't even get me started on his shoes. This guy's got kicks that could pay off your student loans. Now, you might think a prince would be all stuffy and old school, but Prince Mateen? He's got his finger on the pulse of fashion. He mixes traditional royal style with modern trends like it's no big deal. One day he's in a suit that screams, "I'm royalty." The next he's rocking streetwear that'd make Kanye jealous. And get this, Prince Mateen ain't just wearing these clothes, he's influencing fashion. He's got over 3.2 million followers on Instagram. That's more than some actual fashion brands. When he posts a pic, you better believe people are taking notes on what he's wearing. But here's the thing, Prince Mateen ain't just about looking good. His style is part of his job. When he's repping Brunei at international events, his outfit is sending a message. It's saying, "Hey, Brunei's modern, we're sophisticated, and we've got style for days." Let's talk accessories. Prince Mateen's watch collection, it's insane. We're talking timepieces that cost more than some people make in a year. But it ain't just about showing off. These watches are like mini works of art on his wrist. And don't forget the details. Prince Mateen's all about those little touches that make a big difference. Cufflinks that probably cost more than your car. Ties made from silk so fine it feels like wearing a cloud. Even his socks are probably designer. Now you might be thinking, sure, he's got the clothes, but does he know how to wear them? Trust me, Prince Mateen knows his stuff. He's not just throwing on expensive clothes, he understands fashion. He knows which colors work together, which cuts flatter his body type, all that good stuff. Prince Mateen's style ain't just about looking good for the cameras. It's part of who he is. It's how he expresses himself. Whether he's at a formal state dinner or just chilling with friends, his outfit's always on point. But here's where it gets really interesting. Prince Mateen's using his fashion sense for more than just looking good. He's putting Brunei on the map as a style destination. People see him and think, damn, if that's what Brunei fashion looks like, sign me up. And it ain't just about clothes. Prince Mateen's whole vibe is part of his style. The way he carries himself, the confidence he exudes, it all adds up to create this image of a modern prince. He's showing the world that you can be royal and still be relatable. He picks out a perfectly tailored suit in a sleek, modern cut. The color? A deep navy that says, "I'm royal, but I'm not stuck in the past." He pairs it with a crisp white shirt and a tie that probably costs more than your phone. The shoes? Italian leather so fine it makes other shoes look like they're made of cardboard. Family ties? Well, buckle up, 'cause we're about to meet the man who taught him everything he knows about luxury. His dad, Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah of Brunei. This guy's not just rich, he's stupid rich. We're talking $30 billion net worth. That's billion with a B. Makes Prince Mateen look like he's living on a budget. Now, let's talk about the Sultan's car collection. You think Prince Mateen's garage is impressive. His dad's collection makes it look like a toy box. The Sultan's got the biggest private car collection in the world. We're talking 7,000 cars worth about $5 billion. That's not a typo. $5 billion on cars, that's more than the GDP of some small countries. But what kind of cars are we talking about? Well, how about 500 Rolls-Royces for starters? Yeah, 500. Most people dream of owning one Rolls-Royce in their lifetime. The Sultan's got enough to use a different one every day for more than a year, and these ain't your average Rolls-Royces either. They're all customized with stuff like leather seats and gold accents. 'Cause when you're the Sultan, regular luxury just ain't enough. But wait, there's more. The Sultan's also got a gold-plated Rolls-Royce. And we're not talking gold paint here. This thing is covered in actual 24-karat gold. It's so fancy, it's only used for official parades. Imagine rolling up to the grocery store in that bad boy. Now, you might think the Sultan's all about those classic luxury rides, but nah, he's got a taste for speed too. His collection includes some of the fastest cars on the planet. We're talking Lamborghini Aventadors, Ferrari F12 TDFs, and Bugatti Veyrons. These are the kind of cars that can go from zero to holy crap in about 2 seconds flat. But here's the thing. The Sultan doesn't just collect these cars to look at them, he actually drives them. Well, some of them at least. Can you imagine being stuck in traffic next to a gold-plated Rolls-Royce? That's just a regular Tuesday in Brunei. Now you might be thinking, okay, the Sultan's got a lot of cars, but what about when he needs to travel further than a car can take him? Well, don't worry, he's got that covered too. The Sultan's got a private jet that makes Prince Mateens look like economy class. We're talking about a Boeing 747, 400 that cost $230 million, and that's just the base price. The Sultan had it customized, cause of course he did. This thing's got a living room, bedroom and bathroom, all with solid gold fixtures. It's like a flying palace. The interior of this jet is something else. We're talking a master bedroom with a king-sized bed. Cause why sleep in a cramped airplane seat when you can stretch out on a bed bigger than most people's entire bedrooms? There's also a luxurious bathroom with gold fixtures. Even at 40,000 feet, the Sultan's living better than most of us do on the ground. But it ain't just about sleeping in style. The jet's also got a spacious living area designed for comfort and style. Imagine the nicest hotel suite you've ever seen, then put wings on it. That's what we're dealing with here. Now, you might be thinking all this luxury means the Sultan's not too concerned about safety, but you'd be wrong. His private jet is equipped with advanced surveillance systems and reinforced doors. It's like a flying fortress. The Sultan knows how to travel in style and safety. But here's the kicker. Despite all this insane luxury, the Sultan's actually pretty private about his travel plans. He's not out there flexing on Instagram like his son. Nah, he prefers to keep a low profile, which is pretty impressive when you're flying around in a gold-plated jumbo jet. So what's the deal with all this crazy luxury? Well, it's more than just showing off. For the Sultan, it's about maintaining an image. He's not just a rich guy, he's the leader of a country. Every gold-plated car and every private jet is a statement. It's saying, Brunei's got money and we know how to use it. Behind the scenes. First off, Prince Mateen ain't flying solo anymore. He tied the knot with Anisha Rosner, and she's not just arm candy. Nah, Anisha's an entrepreneur with her own fashion brand, Silk Collective. She's also got her hands in the tourism game, co-owning a company called Orthan Thai. This ain't no trophy wife situation. Anisha's out there making moves of her own. Now you might think royalty just sits around eating grapes and getting fanned by servants. But Prince Mateen and Anisha, they're all about that fitness life. These two hit the gym harder than some pro athletes. They're not just working out to look good for the cameras, they're living that healthy lifestyle 24/7. Prince Mateen's Instagram ain't just filled with pics of fancy cars and private jets. Nah, you'll see him pumping iron, running trails and doing all sorts of sports. Dude's into polo, snorkeling, skydiving and horseback riding. He's not just a prince, he's an action hero. And Anisha, she's right there with him, matching his energy step for step. They're like the royal version of those couples you see at the gym who make you feel bad about skipping leg day. But it ain't all sweat and protein shakes. These two know how to chill too. Anisha's got some serious cooking skills. She's even got an Instagram page where she drops culinary knowledge on her followers. So after a hard day of being royal and fit, they can kick back with some home-cooked gourmet meals. Now you might be thinking, sure, they work out and eat healthy, but they're still living in a bubble, right? Wrong. Prince Mateen's got a softer side that might surprise you. He's big into charity work, using his massive social media following to shine a light on causes he cares about. And get this, Prince Mateen calls himself the father of tigers. No, he's not running some exotic zoo. He's just got a thing for big cats. It's like he's living out every kid's dream of having a pet tiger, but on a royal scale. When Prince Mateen travels, he ain't just hitting up fancy resorts and VIP lounges. Nah, he's out there getting his hands dirty. He'll jump into local ceremonies, explore markets, and really get to know the places he visits. It's like he's trying to keep it real, even with a crown on his head. But here's where it gets really interesting. Despite all the luxury and royal perks, Prince Mateen's got a humble streak. There's this one time he was on a humanitarian mission, and instead of staying in some fancy hotel, he bunked with the troops. We're talking sleeping bags and rations, not silk sheets and room service. And it ain't just for show. Prince Mateen's got a military background. He trained with the British Army and even did a stint with Brunei's Special Forces. So when he's roughing it, he ain't playing. He knows what it's like to get his hands dirty and his boots muddy.